This right here is a test video. What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Check it out, man. I just put the UPS in, man. Uninterrupted power supply. Whew. It had to hook everything back up. We were supposed to go to the swimming pool today, man. We done skipped again. I done skipped. We gotta go tomorrow, man. We gotta go tomorrow, but at least I'm getting some things done. Little baby sentence, goodbye. Is this the little baby? It's only one little baby, right? Little baby is sentenced. They locked him up. What the hell? All the rappers, man, y'all, dude, you don't want to live that life. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, do music. Don't do all this negative stuff y'all think you have to do the music. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out.
This is the court proceeding where everyone began to understand that it's over for Lil Baby. Check this out.
I knew that J Shot or John Smith was a close associate of the leader of 4PF, Dominique Lil Baby Jones.
J Shot has just been revealed as Lil Baby's bulldog, doing his dirty work for him. But what's really shocking is how investigators link the two people together. Bombshell testimony exposes the trigger man. Atlanta Police Department's lead gang investigator, Marissa Viverito, took the stand in a proceeding related to the Goodfellas gang case. But what popped off next left the whole legal community stunned. The proceedings revealed a key player allegedly operating as Lil Baby's trigger man, a dude identified as J Shot or John Smith. Court testimony established his direct connection to the 4PF set allegedly headed by Lil Baby.
Now, what was significant about that?
I knew that J Shot or John Smith was a close associate of the leader of 4PF, Dominique Lil Baby Jones.
This wasn't just some casual association. Viverito's testimony specifically positioned J Shot as a key lieutenant with direct ties to Lil Baby himself. The evidence presented in court included recovered DMs that were never supposed to see the light of day.
Okay, and then what did that message consist of?
Wow.
It was a photo that Mr. Smith had taken of himself, but had put the word J Shot across it and sent it in the disappearing message mode.
What makes this evidence extra spicy is that it wasn't just discovered. It was recovered from what was supposed to be self-destructing communications that automatically delete. As one commentator broke it down,
just a brief interruption. Being a criminal is so difficult, bruh. And I hope all you criminals and street dudes is listening, bruh. She just said that they recovered the messages that was sent in disappearing mode. Y'all be thinking that things like Snapchat and Instagram disappearing mode, those things are Fed-proof. They're not Fed-proof at all, bruh. Being a criminal is so hard nowadays, bruh.
It ain't hard. It's stupid to believe that they said that it'll disappear and you see it disappear. This stuff is set up to catch you, man. It is set up to catch you. They have actually put this stuff together on these phones to say, well, you can delete it. You do a text, I deleted it. We still got records, feds and the police, FBI. We let y'all know that way these people that do bad things, they think they getting away with it, but you can still recover it. We helping y'all out. Because what are you deleting? If you're deleting some picture that you was with this girl and everything was on the up and up and you trying to hide it from your girlfriend, the police don't care about that type of stuff. Yeah. But once you do something when you criminalize yourself, think about that, man. I can't do nothing wrong, baby.
Disappearing mode. Y'all be thinking that things like Snapchat and Instagram disappearing mode, those things are Fed-proof. They're not Fed-proof at all, bruh. Being a criminal is so hard nowadays, bruh. The messages that quote-unquote disappeared on Instagram for you is still being hosted. And they was able to pull the messages that was sent in disappearing mode, self-snitching, and use it to indict them on a RICO. Oh my. Yo, the streets is cold, bro.
but peep this, the testimony gets way more explosive. Investigators didn't just establish J Shot's connection to Lil Baby. They presented evidence suggesting he served as a trigger man, putting in work allegedly connected to 4PF's operations. The court introduced actual footage from a music video featuring J Shot that directly connected him to locations where bodies dropped.
So the music video, is that something that you've seen?
It is.
Where'd you see it?
I believe it was on the YouTube account belonging to Mr. Smith.
Dude, come on, y'all. Y'all little youngins that think you grown. I'm talking about especially the 19 to 25. When we was young, we thought we was grown too, but I swear we ain't do no stupid stuff like this. we wouldn't even talk on the phone, and stuff wasn't even being recorded back then. Come on, man. Y'all gotta be smarter than this. Y'all supposed to be knowing this Wi-Fi and all this technology better than us. You teaching the grandparents. Y'all got to do better than this, man. Y'all street thugs and thinking y'all know everything. Don't think you know everything once you start learning everything.
All right, and permission to
This is
publish
crazy, man.
a brief clip of that video, Your Honor.
Granted.
All right.
We're gonna play a video.
Let's get a bit of a burrito. If you'll look at the, there we go, at the monitor in front of you. Is this the music video that you were referring to?
I'd have to see the title of it.
J Shot Who Want Problems music video?
Yes, that's the one I'm referring to.
The title of this music video, Who Want Problems, hits different when considered alongside the testimony about J-Shot's role and his connection to violence. The court
Damn.
proceedings then pinpointed the exact block featured in the video.
All right. And there are certain shots of this video that are at the 1043 Spark Street location.
Yeah, one just flashed on screen.
This precise location is mad important because it connects J-Shot directly to the spots where violent incidents later went down, creating a geographic and visual link to the crimes that authorities are investigating. But the most fire revelation came when wiretap evidence was presented, capturing conversations discussing J-Shot's alleged role in putting in work on behalf of 4PF. These intercepted communications revealed discussions of tickets, a term that Viverito explained has a very specific meaning in the streets.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean on somebody's head? What's that?
Like a bounty.
The testimony then directly connected these tickets or bounties to Lil Baby himself.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed or killed.
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
This testimony creates a straight-up devastating narrative. J-Shot allegedly operating as a shooter connected to Lil Baby, putting in work based on tickets or green lights that Dominique Jones allegedly placed on people's heads. It's the type of direct connection to bodies that DAs dream of when building RICO cases. For Lil Baby, who initially dismissed these allegations as cap on Instagram, the revelation of J-Shot's alleged role and the evidence connecting him directly to Lil Baby represents a potential catastrophe. His legal team previously called the police's claims complete and total nonsense, but the specific evidence about J-Shot introduces a concrete figure and tangible evidence that's much harder to brush off. The implications are no cap, as one commentator explained.
I hope you rappers is listening. This is such an eye-opener. If let's say you have a homie,
Eye-opener.
right? And your homie, let's say he comes around, he's repping the squad 4PF, but your homie has some side beef, and your homie's got homies of himself. If your homie gets killed by, let's say, his ops, and then your homies come back and kill somebody, and a gang war ignite, you're now the crime boss, even though you have nothing to do with whatever personal beef he has with those people, and his homies is involved. You are now automatically involved because he's in your entourage, and you brought him around, and he's in the music videos, and he's around you, and he's banging 4PF for the clout. You are now involved, and they're going to include you as a gang leader and say that you are the catalyst for a gang war that had nothing to do with you. These people cold, man.
This commentary highlights the exact situation Lil Baby now faces. With J-Shot allegedly operating as a triggerman connected to 4PF, any bodies J-Shot caught could potentially be attributed to Lil Baby as the alleged shot caller of the organization. The revelation about J-Shot's role and the evidence connecting him to Lil Baby represents the strongest foundation yet for the RICO case that authorities appear to be building. According to reports,
who manages the Georgia Public Defenders Council specialized unit in gang cases. So the public defenders who handle the gang cases for gang members who can't have attorneys because they can't afford it. The public defender office just said the office is actively preparing for racketeering indictment on the 4PF and OMF cases, and that he expects Lil Baby to be indicted with others.
This prep by the
That's my little man right there, little Matt. I like him, man. I like him and my man that just started talking. Dude, y'all gotta be smarter than this, man. Crime does not pay. See, here's the thing. You think you're getting away with crime, and they building a case on you. You think you're getting away. All it takes is for them to catch you one time. One time. And you in the system. Why go through that?
Like a Tarrant indictment on the 4PF and OMF cases, and that he expects Lil Baby to be indicted with others.
This prep by the public defender's office suggests that indictments are on deck, and with Jay Shot's alleged role now exposed in court, those indictments could potentially include both him and Lil Baby in what prosecutors would characterize as a criminal enterprise. Now, let's break down the specific evidence connecting Jay Shot to bodies. The shooter's paper trail. The paper trail connecting Jay Shot to violent incidents appears extensive and multifaceted. Court testimony established his presence at key locations through both surveillance and his own social media flexing.
He can be seen out there on his Instagram. He can be seen pictured with Mr. Jones. He frequents the area where the homicide occurred as well. He's filmed a music video out there.
This testimony creates multiple points of connection. Jay Shot's presence at crime scenes, his direct association with Lil Baby through flicks, and his documentation of these locations in music videos. It's a digital trail that places him directly in the mix where bodies drop. The music video evidence is particularly damning because it establishes premeditation. Jay Shot wasn't just randomly posted at these locations, but deliberately filmed content there that prosecutors could say was pressing the issue. The title, Who Want Problems, could be interpreted as straight-up taunting ops. Beyond his physical presence, the recovered communications allegedly show Jay Shot using disappearing message features to discuss sensitive business. A tech choice that prosecutors could argue demonstrates consciousness of guilt and attempts to move in silence about criminal activity. For Lil Baby, the revelation of Jay Shot's alleged role creates a legal nightmare because of how RICO cases are built. Under RICO, shot callers can be held responsible for crimes committed by members of their organizations, even if the shot callers didn't directly put in work themselves, as police reports allegedly characterize the situation.
And they want you,
all
bro.
the shooting death of Shavante Turner, et cetera, et cetera. Now, if you go all the way down, they talk about Lil Baby music video shoot getting shot up.
Right.
And they listed 3 people were shot during the incident. And now again, this is 4PF we're talking about here, right? They says, and the gang leader.
I was just gonna say, the gang leader, Dominique Jones, was almost struck by gunfire.
This official designation of Lil Baby as the gang leader in police reports, combined with the evidence about Jay Shot's alleged role as a triggerman, creates the hierarchical structure that prosecutors need to establish for RICO charges. If Jay Shot was indeed catching bodies on behalf of 4PF, and Lil Baby was the shot caller of 4PF, then prosecutors could potentially hold Lil Baby responsible for Jay Shot's actions. The timeline of events also supports this narrative. The May 2024 music video shoot in Op territory, followed by the shooting death of Trevante Turner, allegedly by 4PF associates on June 29, 2024, followed by the retaliatory shooting that killed 2 13-year-old boys on July 2, 2024, all create a chronology of escalating beef that prosecutors could characterize as a gang war with Jay Shot as a key soldier and Lil Baby as the general calling shots. Making matters worse, the wiretap evidence allegedly captures discussions of tickets or green lights placed on individuals' heads, with Lil Baby specifically named as the person placing these hits.
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
If Jay Shot was putting in work based on these alleged tickets, it creates the direct command and execution relationship that prosecutors dream of establishing in organized crime cases. It's no longer just about association. It's about specific bodies allegedly ordered by Lil Baby and carried out by Jay Shot. The evidence connecting Jay Shot to Lil Baby isn't limited to a few isolated incidents. According to court testimony, their association appears extensive and well documented.
And 4PF, as you testified already, was a gang that you recognized as being in a rivalry with the Goodfellas, and in particular the Only My Family subset of the Goodfellas.
And their associates, yes.
Okay. And how did you know this about John Jay Shot Smith, that he was a member of 4PF?
This testimony establishes Jay Shot not just as someone casually connected to Lil Baby, but as a made member of 4PF, the organization allegedly headed by Lil Baby. This organizational connection is crucial for RICO purposes, as it establishes the enterprise element required for such charges. For Lil Baby's defense team, the exposure of Jay Shot's alleged role presents formidable challenges. They must now not only counter allegations about Lil Baby's indirect responsibility for violence through a video video location, but also directly address evidence about an alleged trigger man operating under his leadership. One potential defense angle involves challenging the characterization of 4PF as a gang rather than a legitimate record label. Lil Baby's December 2024 decision to rebrand 4PF as Glass Window Entertainment
Didn't he get rid of the whole 4PF thing? Like,
All of that. So, but
the
it's,
label name has changed?
yes,
could be presented as evidence of its legitimate business nature. This rebranding decision takes on new significance in light of the J-Shot revelations, as it created distance between Lil Baby and a name that authorities have now explicitly connected to alleged criminal activities through J-Shot. Another potential defense approach involves questioning the credibility of the wiretap evidence and Viverito's interpretations of it. During the ongoing Young Thug YSL trial, Viverito faced significant criticism and judicial scrutiny for her testimony.
At this point, bro, we gotta stop using like Burrito the Vixen as a gang expert or as anybody credible, bro. Like, have y'all forgotten like the YSL trial where even the judge got frustrated at Burrito because Burrito was on that stand, bro, spewing nonsense, dodging questions, being uncredible?
This history could potentially be used to challenge her characterization of J-Shot's role and the significance of the evidence connecting him to Lil Baby. A third potential angle involves highlighting the hearsay nature of the wiretap evidence. The conversations allegedly captured individuals discussing what they believed or had heard about Lil Baby placing bounties, not direct communications from Lil Baby ordering such actions.
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
This creates some wiggle room for Lil Baby's defense to argue that these were just rumors or cap rather than factual accounts of his directives. Despite
It's
these
crazy,
potential
man.
defense approaches, the J-Shot evidence represents a quantum leap in the seriousness of the case against Lil Baby. While previous allegations focused on his indirect responsibility through a provocative video location, the evidence about J-Shot's alleged role creates a more direct connection to bodies, the type of connection that forms the backbone of successful RICO prosecutions. The growing probability of such charges is reflected in reports about preparations by legal authorities.
The feds trying to do
Lil Baby is
They
cooked.
trying to-
It's sweet. Over, bruh. When I first seen the initial reports today, I made my calls. And
Okay.
what I was told was, expect for Lil Baby to be indicted on a RICO within 90 days.
That's insane to
You're
me,
probably
bro.
asking yourself, what exactly is Lil Baby out here doing that's going to get him indicted on a RICO charge within 90 days?
Suggests that not only are charges likely to drop, but they could come relatively soon, within the next 3 months. The reference to the feds trying to do a switch indicates that what might have started as a state investigation could potentially be transitioning to federal jurisdiction, which would represent an even more serious escalation. The empire crumbles. After his initial Instagram post dismissing the broader allegations as cap in February 2025, Lil Baby has maintained public silence following the April court testimony featuring J-Shot. This silence likely reflects the gravity of the situation. There's simply no easy way to explain away an alleged trigger man connected directly to his set. The industry impact has been swift and devastating. Sources close to the situation report that major streaming platforms have quietly begun removing Lil Baby from playlists. Brand partners have paused or terminated deals, and tour dates have been indefinitely shelved. While few companies want to publicly acknowledge dropping an artist who hasn't been formally charged, the behind-the-scenes exodus reflects the toxic nature of being connected to an alleged shooter involved in violence that resulted in children's deaths. Rumors have swirled about Lil Baby's legal situation intensifying.
Yesterday, they said there was rumors circulating that Lil Baby got arrested. Then it comes to find out, I guess Lil Baby didn't get arrested. So
It was
It was one cloud chasing girl.
nah, it was multiple people.
I don't think it was. They said
She started it.
They said RICO. They said
Nah, they said he was picked up in federal custody.
It was for questioning. Pending.
While these specific rumors about being booked prove premature, they reflect the growing sense that Lil Baby's legal situation is rapidly deteriorating with each new revelation about J-Shot's alleged activities. The reference to RICO and federal questioning suggests that authorities may be moving toward the type of comprehensive charges that the J-Shot evidence would support. Behind closed doors, Lil Baby appears to be desperately attempting to distance himself from J-Shot and the 4PF designation. His December 2024 rebranding of 4PF to Glass Window Entertainment now looks like a prescient move to create separation between his legitimate business and a name that authorities have directly connected to alleged criminal activities through J-Shot.
All right, y'all. So yesterday we talked about Lil Baby. You guys had a lot of questions in the room that I couldn't answer at the time because of what was given via the police press conference. So Fox 5 Atlanta has actually retrieved the arrest warrant. So remember I told you guys that yesterday in that press conference when they called out the rapper who they say they're going to make sure, has these consequences because of the part that this person played and what they're now calling this gang war that resulted in multiple deaths. And then there was this arrest warrant that had Dominique Jones' name in it, Dominique Jones' little baby. So that linked him to this conversation. So Fox 5 Atlanta went and retrieved the arrest warrant themselves, and they are now saying that after seeing this arrest warrant, they're able to specifically point to the other gang. Yesterday in that press conference, the police only named one gang, OMF, only my family, but according to this arrest warrant, 4PF, which is Four Pockets Full, which we know at one time was Baby's label. It was a crew that he was running around with until he changed the name of the label back in 2024 to Glass Window Entertainment. It's also being named as the opposing gang in this rivalry that the police are alleging is going down.
This commentary highlights how authorities have explicitly identified 4PF as a gang in legal documents, making the rebranding potentially significant as a defensive measure. By distancing himself from the 4PF name, Lil Baby might have been attempting to create separation between his legitimate business activities and a designation that was increasingly
like Flacco said, it's Dunzo. I'm talking about singing. You know what I mean? This is bad, bro. This is not good. In the next 90 days, if I was him, I'd take my Africa somewhere. Do your homework on Africa.
Do your homework.
Come find me, cool. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can keep rapping in Africa. Do your homework
Talk
on
to him, Matt. Talk to him.
Russia. I'll be in China somewhere. Somewhere with non-extradition. It's a simple Google search away.
While this extreme suggestion of skipping town is unlikely to be part of Lil Baby's actual strategy, it underscores how dire his situation has become with the exposure of J-Shot's alleged role and the evidence connecting them. The J-Shot revelations have also raised broader questions about the culture of self-snitching in hip-hop. As one analyst noted,
just a brief interruption, being a criminal is so difficult, bruh. And I hope all you criminals and street dudes is listening.
I just feel like they attacking everybody in hip hop as if
No, they not.
what they're doing is they're doing it for a negative reason, right?
No, they're not.
And
Not
this
everybody.
situation is sad. It's almost like it would make a dude from Atlanta not even want to live there, because if you go somewhere to try to do something positive and one of the little idiots
This sentiment reflects a belief within the industry that the system may be disproportionately targeting successful rappers. However, the J-Shot evidence presents a particularly difficult case to dismiss as mere targeting. The connections to bodies appear substantial and documented rather than speculative or circumstantial. If formal charges do come, as many now expect given the J-Shot revelations, Lil Baby would face a devastating choice: fight charges that appear increasingly well supported by evidence about his alleged triggerman, potentially spending years in pretrial detention like Young Thug, or consider cooperating with authorities, which would destroy his street cred and potentially still result in significant time. If you like this video, hit the one on your screen for more, and I'll see you there.
Damn, Young, that's crazy. It's crazy, man. This is I ain't know that Lil Baby is, I thought he was legit, man. Why would you send something through a cell phone and then delete it? I remember 10, 15 years ago, they say when you delete files on your computer, shoot, the police can still get it off the hard drive, which ain't true. But I mean, think about it. The hard drive can only hold but so much information. Eventually, the more stuff you put on in, delete, and put on in, delete, it needs room for more hard drive space. But this is cloud type stuff. This is like server type stuff. He deleted this, but we're going to keep it. We're going to back up these files. They probably got enough storage so they can back up files for like 10 years. And then the 11th year start deleting for good. Man, this is crazy. It's crazy how these smart kids that think that's running the streets are trying to live this thug life with their pants hanging halfway off their butt. It's amazing how much they act like they smart, but they don't know. That's the part that amazes me. How you going to do the crime and don't even study what the consequences of the crime you did? If you get caught doing this crime, what's going to happen? That's the type of stuff we used to study. If you're going to get caught with X amount of whatever you got, the more you have, the more time you have. So we split it up amongst other people. Y'all don't remember that? My bad, I'm telling too much. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.